How's it going, everybody? Cable Guy Ken here. Told Dave I'd do a video for him this morning real quick. I did the bow drill, or hand drill rather, last night with a piece of willow using the thumb loops. So what I'm going to do right quick, let me go ahead and... I just married my hole. I'm going to just cut my notch out real quick. It's a real thin piece of willow, and it's not the prettiest looking notch in the world, but it'll work. Get something to catch my coal on here. Make sure I'm going to be in frame for you. And I'll show you what I did. I had mentioned using bank line for this, and this is the number 18 bank line. It's real thin. Y'all, this stuff, when you're putting weight down on your hand like this with it, it is just killing your hand. That's the one I used last night. Just got a bowline hitch on each end. I got me a piece of orange paracord. I went ahead and made this up this morning. It's about a foot long. A lot easier on your hand, being as big as it is, and it's a little bit softer. I got me a notch in the end of my spindle. This is a piece of yucca stalk. And all I do is find about the center of it, just so it's about even on your hands, and put it over the top, and then just do you a little half hitch on each side. The main reason for the half hitch is yucca stalk, especially, it's got a pithy center. I don't want it splitting on me any more than I've notched it. So I'm just going to put a little bowline on, a half hitch on it, just to keep it from splitting down any further into that wood than it already is. And then you've got a notch here. You can see my hands are at about the same spot, so I can keep pressure on it while I'm doing my spinning. Y'all can see my hands are slam up. I've actually got a blood blister forming on that one, and there's remnants of a blister there, and the bones are bruised. I know that's not showing up on camera, but you can feel it in your hand. This is why I think doing things like the bow drill or the fire saw, or more importantly than anything, having a really good fire steel and a surefire option are so important to Dave, is because if I had to do a whole lot of work with my hands, chopping wood and stuff like that, I can do it if I had to in a survival situation, but y'all, these things hurt right now. I mean, they ain't hurt this much since the first time I had to shovel all day, you know. But let's see if we can't get this going. As I said, I've got my hole married already. Went ahead and cut my notch for you. And let me get I'll tell you what, we'll do it with this one here. Kick my flip-flop off just so I can hold this down a little bit. I said you can keep a good bit of pressure down on this. Getting a little bit of smoke here already. I don't think it's going to give me a coal though. I don't know, we're still smoking. Yeah, we got a little coal there. It ain't as black as I'd like it to be, but it's growing. That's one of the reasons why you don't want to rush it. You can see there's a good bit of brown powder in there, but it's growing and smoking, and let's see if that's enough to get us a fire with this little. I just got a little bird's nest here. And there you go. I'm hoping I caught all on that on camera, because I said my hands are just eat up, especially here where your bones are from, you know, you're taking this piece of wood and you're rolling it across these points here, and you're putting enough pressure on it to keep downward pressure on, especially if you're not using the thumb loops. Let's see, now I know I can do it with the thumb loops. You can see that piece of willow, it dug a pretty deep hole in it. Let's see if it'll let me go without the thumb loops. Now, this is a hot hole, so to speak. It's not a cold board, but let me get my holder steadier for me. And I'm not able, with my hands eat up the way they are, I'm not able to keep enough downward pressure, especially not being worn slam out and weak. So doing the thumb loops is definitely the way to go if you're doing the hand drill. To me, it just saves a lot of time. This willow isn't totally dry yet. I know for a fact the yucca stalk isn't exceptionally dry yet, but I mean, it's working. I cut it kind of thin so that I could heat the wood up enough to maybe dry it out and get it to work. Just a thought I had, that if you've got a less than perfect wood source, if you go kind of thin, you're not going to have as much wood to drill through, so you're not going to have much time to get it right, because you'll end up burning a hole right through it. But being thin, maybe you can generate enough friction and enough heat to dry it out and form a coal. I said a lot of that was semi-brown dust, kind of like what I've got here, but it dried out enough that it got a good little coal going, and by giving it time to let that coal grow, it caught a bunch of this other stuff and started using it for fuel and formed a larger coal. So just my 2 cents on it. Said my hands are eat up. I'm especially paying attention to that little piece right there, because that's going to end up being a blister and a half with some blood in it. You see that one's healed up a few times and growing again. But that's it, y'all. Cable Guy Ken. Just figured I'd do that today real quick. Hopefully I'll have some little videos up here soon. Just bear with me till I get my job situation and the house and everything in order, and then I'll be back with y'all. Alright? Peace out.